about our new system.
I'm Katie Alberte, and my husband's John Bell. We live in Ossining, and we bought our house here in 1991. It was already well lived in home at that point. It had been built in 1958. So we knew that we'd have to be making some further improvements to the house, and decided the best thing to do was to move into the 21st century when it came to heating and cooling, and get off gas and get some really, really efficient systems put in, because the cost of utilities is not going to go down, it's just going to keep going up. I have to be really honest about the motivation about why we did this. It's because I'm and my husband are really concerned about climate change, and we want to do what makes sense for us to cut our carbon footprint. I had a hang tag, an ad from Dandelion on my refrigerator for months and months and months. And I thought, okay, let's give them a call. And they did an initial assessment, which was all done virtually, and it was really easy. They had us take pictures of the outside, the inside, upload them to a site. They built a little model of the house and was able to determine that it was a feasible alternative. And they gave us the whole story of what the steps were. We said, yeah, go ahead, let's move to the next stage, the design stage. At the end of the design stage, they gave us a report, but there was one thing there that kind of was a little bit startling. We have 2 bedrooms upstairs that we mostly use as an office or overflow space. And we installed additional heating ducts up there in 25 years ago, but we never put in a return. So they said you have to have a ducted return in order to make sure that the whole new system would work properly. We asked Dandelion to make some suggestions about who might do the work. They gave us a couple names. One of them was Bell, and Keith Bell came out and looked over the situation and said, yep, I think we could get a return through that. If we take out the flue that served the gas water heater, switch out your water heater and put the return up there. So we signed a contract to do that. Oh, he suggested doing a heat pump hot water heater. And we looked at that. It was a whole lot more efficient than electric. And there's a $1,000 rebate from Con Ed. So it made it a whole lot realistic. I did a cost analysis of replacing our gas services with electric and realized it was going to bump up our electric bill. And then the other thing we'd been considering for a long, long time was putting in solar panels. So a friend of mine, another architect, had just had a company come out and do his roof and solar panels, and he gave me their name. They came out and did an assessment, or actually they did it virtually, and walked us through the various options. So we signed a contract to do that. So we had 3 different things, a lot of moving parts. Luckily, they all fell into place in the timely fashion. So the first actual step of the installation was drilling and then doing trenching. And it was very dramatic, but it was not nearly as noisy as I thought it was going to be. Heavy equipment came out and dug a trench, brought it into the house, put in a couple of sleeves and sealed those off, and then went away. And I think it was the next week the actual installation team came. The whole process took about 2.5 days. The first day, they took care of the electrical wiring, putting that in place, installed I believe they call it the overflow tank. They took out the old heating system. They installed the new heat pump, hooked up the geothermal, and tested it, and everything ran really, really well. In terms of the geothermal system, as far as comfort goes, the whole house is so much more consistently heated. I'm really looking forward to seeing the summer, because the geothermal heat pump is more than 4 times as efficient as the most efficient conventional gas furnace and conventional high efficiency air conditioner. So I think we're going to yield a whole lot of savings over the year.